Yeah, hello. Yeah, yeah. Good day, everyone. Yeah, like I told you the last time we met, uh, I said we'll start to talk about. We start our series again. Although we've gone through this before, but I feel like it will be very beneficial for everybody. As you can see, the date on the the dates on the document on my screen right now, it says March 23rd of 2024, which means it's been like almost going to seven months that we started this. So that has brings a lot of memory. So today I just want us to start up our what's it called? I want us to start up all over. I want us to ensure that we are all on the same page. I want everybody to have the knowledge that is required. So we are going to start this process once again. So we're going to be starting from the root, like what do you need to do? I know many people want to are interested in pursuing graduate scholarship or graduate schools outside Nigeria, probably outside any country. If you know you have an interest of pursuing graduate scholarship or graduate admission or graduate program uh, in any country, this course will be very good for you because here we plan on starting from the root, and the majority of people are always very confused about, okay, I'm actually interested in doing this thing, but how do I start? That has been the major problem. Oh, okay, many people tell me, "Ah, I want to do this, but I don't even know what to do. I don't know what's the first thing I need to do." So yeah, that's why I come up with this program. So let me just dive into it straight up. So we've had numerous meetings regarding this. So and we have been able to come up with a meeting summary every day. So I'll just use this opportunity to just uh, explain, because I know most people are having difficulties in understanding some of the things that was said in the meeting. So I'll use this opportunity to just kickstart this process once again, and I'll be explaining each point that was noted during the previous meetings we've been having. So guideline, what we are trying to do today is we are starting from the fact that, okay, you want to start working, you want to start your journey of 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 gaining a graduate admission with funding, of course, which is the dream of everybody. Nobody wants to, only few people want to go can afford, only few people can afford graduate school, can afford paying for graduate school, that's just it. So many of us cannot. So I will be telling you how to search for schools, and so that you will know the schools that you want to apply to, all the schools you've been applying to, all the schools you've been talking to, all the schools you've been thinking about. We're going to start with searching for schools and how you can be keeping record of those schools. So the meeting summary goes thus, says meeting summary, guidelines for search for school. The first thing you do is you open your search engine and search complete list of choice of country or university. Like for instance, complete list of university offering fully funded either masters or PhD in your course of study. So now this one said, for example, if you are in chemical engineering, sorry for using that because I'm a chemical engineering. I'm in US right now, working pursuing my PhD in chemical engineering. So I definitely should know I will be trying to use chemical engineering a lot. I'll be using three things a lot: chemical engineering, PhD, and US, because that's my journey, right? So, like I said, for example, if you're in chemical engineering and aiming to at a PhD in US, your search prompt will be something like complete list of US university offering fully funded PhD in chemical engineering. This is just my own search prompt. If you are not in chemical engineering, I will advise you to follow this. Just it's very simple. Just take this prompt and insert your country of choice, your degree type, or and your course. For instance, if you are in history, you can say Okay, you study history or you want to pursue a master's or PhD program in history, you can say, and you want to do it in Finland. Said complete list of Finland university offering fully funded PhD slash, or if it's PhD, you said PhD. If it's masters, said masters in history or in international studies or international affairs or in accounting, depending on what you want to do. So this is what I do. I follow this prompt, just copy this. So I can just do that. Let me do this. So you see, these are some of the list of universities that are offering fully funded PhD in chemical engineering. So for instance, this is 30 fully funded PhD program in chemical engineering. You see this Cornell University fully funded PhD in chemical engineering. Chemical engineering fully funded PhD for international students. 17 PhD program in engineering study, chemical engineering. You see, compare 17 Doctor of Philosophy program in engineering study, chemical engineering in US. PhD program in chemical engineering in US. PhD chemical engineering PhD project program. So chemical engineering Doctor of Philosophy. This is how you search for these. That is how you search for list of schools that you want to apply to. Although in my group, we've already come up with a comprehensive list, but regardless, I still have to tell you how to go about it. So that was that. I've actually done that. If you notice, I've already put in my prompts, and this is what I got. So the next thing here is said, click on any of the websites in the results. In the open web page, you would most probably find a list of different schools based on your search prompt. You see, this is like I used to say, nobody's going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. What I can do for you right now is guide you through the way, like through the entire process of you getting the graphs of how to do it. So if you are in accounting and I'm using chemical engineering to do as an example, that doesn't mean it will work different for accounting. No, although everybody story are unique and everybody interests are even unique. So that's why I always I always like to give you guys how to do it rather than just do it for you and just give you a list of schools that are offering accounting, and I don't do that. So when you start your prompt, it said ensure that the results are actually filtered based on your prompt. That is, this website you open actually providing says only schools in US offering chemical engineering. So what I'm saying is that in order to avoid being so frustrated, because you easily get frustrated when the schools you are applying to is just giving you random schools, right? So and just ensure, for instance, this one is telling you that schools that are offering fully funded. Let me just click this. Schools that are offering fully funded this thing in chemical engineering, and you are seeing other schools that are like in other okay, for instance, like can you imagine? This was a PhD in anthropology at the University of Chicago. Is that what I put in? No. So I will ensure that all the things I'm looking at here are what I actually needed. You understand? So that's that. For instance, they said copy the names of the schools on the website and paste a text and paste as just text in a blank document in Microsoft Word. Remove all unnecessary information and copy just paste on the schools to the blank in an Excel sheet, or better still in a template provided. What this is saying is that they said after you've been able to identify a school, let me just use that as an example. Let's say uh, let me use that as an example. After you've been able to identify a school, let me click on this. Say this is a school, Oklahoma State University. After I've been able to identify this school, I just have to do what? I just have to copy the name of the school. You don't need to know everything about it yet. Just copy the name of the school. You can copy it like this. So copy it, put it in an Excel sheet, or yeah, in an Excel sheet. Let me just use one of my template. Okay. So you can just put it here, Control V. So look at it, it's red. Don't want, I just want this. So this is the name of the school. I've been able to get one. So I'll just put name of, let me just put name, easier, name. So that's how I continue to posting. I'll be searching for schools and I'll put in their names. So I will encourage you search for at least and come up with minimum of like 20 because you are still going to screen it a lot. So that's that. What does the next thing say? He said copy, okay, copy the name of the school and place it there. I think I've gone through. He said go back to your search engine and search each school's one after the other. You see, this is very simple. After you are done with copying the name of schools like this, let me just show you a template that we do use in our group. Okay, search for schools, search for schools. Okay, or record for schools template. This is a template I always give to my students. So when you click on this record for school, okay, there's a, I know you're okay with it. Let me check another one. So this is a template we can actually use. So it's very simple. I don't like this template, sorry. Let me just look for, I think I've modified this template a lot and using that will make more sense. What's things going on here right now? So yeah, this is a list of schools I always share with my mentees, and it's very, 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 I can say it's very useful. It has been useful because it's already simplified for students and the things that they need to do. So let's assume this is the name of institution you've all been able to come up with. This is just a template. I will advise you have at least minimum of 20 universities at first. You understand? You have minimum of 20 university at first. So how do you now go about this? You've been able to come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is just a template. So these are the templates. If you see, you can identify that we have two different distinct colors under each one of them. We have a color which is like blue, and we have different columns in that category. We have the research, the graduate coordinator or coordinators. I think I should do that. The graduate coordinator or coordinators. Let me tell you why I said coordinator or coordinators, because you might have to talk to both departmental graduate coordinator and the faculty graduate coordinator or the school graduate coordinator. So the link, this means that the link to the department in which you want to apply to, or the link that you know that it can directly take you to where you can find information. So after that, we have faculties. You have to go to the school and look for faculties. Uh, you have to look for faculties. I mean lecturers. I mean professors that have research interest that aligns with yours. You look through their faculty directory. So when you look at the faculty directory, I'm just saying you look through the list of their faculties, the list of their professors. When you look at that, and you should be able to identify minimum of, it's not necessarily four, but it shouldn't be like four people that you are very comfortable working with, and put their names. This is their name and their email here. Name, email, name, email, name, email. That's the first part of this. I will demonstrate this soon. The other category is application fee, GRE, TOEFL or IELTS, WES evaluation, um, start date of the program or of the application, priority deadline, and the decision date. So, and decision date. So it's basically like that. But The major reason I break this into the two categories is that this this blue part, you must be the one to fill it yourself once you are able to get the name of the school. So you fill this, the first blue part, like from research to faculties, you have to fill it yourself. If you notice what I did, I leave after each name of school, I leave one line just to make it compact. So this is what I do. Let me just demonstrate it. Let me demonstrate it. Copy this, come to the document. Okay, let me just paste it here. Control V. Department of what? University of Notre Dame University. University of Notre Dame. But I don't want to just go there. I want it to take me to the Department of Chemical Engineering. So you click on Department of Chemical Engineering. So let's look at it. Don't just go to, make sure you go to graduate, because you're trying to go for graduate study, not undergraduate. Many people do that, make that mistake by thinking they are in the graduate portal, whereas they are in the undergraduate portal, and they're applying for undergraduate when they already have an undergraduate degree. Even some people already have master's degree and they want to apply for PhD, but they're applying for undergraduate. So click on this, click on the graduate. Now, if you check our template, let me just come here. If we check our template, what is the first thing you're looking for? You're trying to get first thing first, research. What are the research that they are doing, or they are performing, or they are undergoing, or what are the research that they are doing in that department? Just go there, come to research, come to research. These are some of, it's not, it's going to be unique for every schools, but those are the things you'll be looking for. So once you start working on it, you get better at it. So these are the research areas you understand that they are doing in this department. And under different research areas, there are many research interests. So if you're like me, who is interested in energy and sustainability, you can just click on this. So it takes me to this and tells me some of the things, resources I can find. Look at this. Okay, this is a research interest. They make this their own research area. Look at this. I said they are working on materials for water purification, electrochemical energy storage and conversion, membrane for gas separation, biomass conversion, responsible shale gas use, direct air capture of greenhouse gases, plasma enable chemical conversion, computational material design, photovoltaic material. Those are the things they are doing. And here they make life very easy for you by giving you faculty that are working in this research. It's not always like this for other schools. If you cannot find it, instead of you when you go to this research, you see the right research, you can come here to faculties in order for you to get the list of all their faculties. Look at it. You see this faculty directive. You just have to look. You look at the name, you look at uh, you look at their research interest. Some of them you have to click on their name to take you to their research group before you can find full information on them. Look at this. These are very good. Look at this. This is how to look for faculties. So let me just not dive too much. Let me go back to research. If it were you, I have a big research area, right? Which is a big research interest. I don't know which one it is. So it's energy and sustainability. I'll just come to my template again. I'll put energy and sustainability under University of Notre Dame. So what am I looking for? Okay, I think I don't know where the graduate coordinator are right now, but I believe I can get the link. I can come here again under this. I can copy this place. If I copy this place, I should be able to get every other information I need on this school. I can copy this, come here, just write Ctrl C and copy and come to your this thing and click here, Control V. You put it there. So how do I get faculties, or how do I get, which one do I want to get first? Leave all this for now, because the main reason I did this based on experience, because during my time I was actually trying to look for everything, but sometimes the website has not been updated, and some of the information there regarding these crucial things are not available, or are not correct, are not accurate. So what do you do? Make sure you focus on this blue section first. Focus on this blue section first. Come here, look for faculties and their emails. So let me just do that. Let me come here. What are they? I think I was able to get the list of faculties that are working in this area, which is very good. Thank God. This one is so easy. Just click on one of them. You click on them one after the other. This is what I do. I will just clear all my tab and I will click on all of them and I will look at their research. What are they working on? There's also one thing I always said. I've not checked how I wrote the meeting the meeting, right? The meeting minutes that we are going through, the summary that we're going through. But first thing first, once you are trying to look for professors, let's say like for instance, you've been able to see a professor, you've checked his research interest and everything clicked out. You like him, you want to work with him. Copy his name. What's his name? I think his name should be okay. I think his name. Okay, if you cannot find his name, I think this is his name. Okay, yeah, this is his name. Copy his name, paste it. Let me just do that. Copy his name like this. Control C. I want this to be very basic. So his name. Control V. Come here. Just paste. Yeah, this is his name. So email. Come here. Same thing. Come here. This is email. Control C. Come here and put his email under his name. That's because I've been able to say, okay, I want to work with this person. You see, that's the name, that's the email. Yeah, very simple. So let's now assume you've been able to identify. Once you got here, let me go back. Once you get here, you see you have one like almost 15 or 10, more than 10. Let me say 12. Yeah, almost 12 faculty members that are working in this research area. And you're able to, out of these 12, you're able to identify like 8 that you know that I can work with these people, I understand what they are doing. Or even if I don't understand what they are doing yet, I believe I should be okay. I believe I can do this research that I'm doing because I'm interested in this research. Right? Now you have a big problem. This is how to solve the problem. Once you have that situation and you know that okay, all these people I can work with them. I always say this, prioritize, like prioritize might be a big English for some people. I will say prioritize, yeah. Sorry. Prioritize assistant professor. I'm trying to rank the best for you. Start from instead of you going, I want to work with the professor. No. Try to get as many assistant professor as possible. If there is no assistant professor that your research interest that your research interest aligns with, then move to associate professor. You check them, associate professor. If there is none of them that your research interest also aligns with, then that's when you can then choose a professor. Don't go and be choosing professor because this is the reason. Majority of associate professors are just new faculties. They are very hungry. They are very hungry to do research. They are also just starting, just like you. They are very hungry to do research. They have funding. At least the worst case scenario, they have a startup funding. They have the zeal to actually do research and also be involved in your own research. Associate professors are also the same thing. They have been working for a while, but they are on the verge of promotion to a professor. So they want to work and they want to keep. They are very hungry too. You understand? And they are experts. They are very hungry because they are trying to work to become a full professor. Full professor, I'm sorry to say, but most of them they are still they are still professor. Yeah, they are some of them are still very active. For most of them, it is either they have started going into administrative role or they are already taking up a consulting job in companies which will make them not readily available, or they have lost the hunger to actually like mentor anybody again. So I would advise you start with people that are like assistant professor, please. Assistant professor first. Then if there's none of the assistant professor that you feel like, don't go and be choosing assistant professor because they are assistant professor and your research does not align. No. If your research align and you are in a situation where you have to choose between a professor and an assistant professor and your research interest align with both of them, you go for the assistant professor. If you are between associate professor and assistant professor, go for the assistant professor. Between associate professor and professor, go for the assistant professor. Associate professor rather. So until you don't have you've exhausted both your assistant and associate professor, that's where you can choose a professor. That's just I'm just talking from experience. So let me go back to this template. So I think we've been able to fill all this by that. The same way you check other people, you check other people, you check other people, you remove people that this is one of the trick I do. I use this trick a lot. I'll just come here, click, open new tab, open your new tab, click, open a new tab, click, open a new tab. I'll just click all of them, open a new tab. I'll not be checking them one after the other. Okay, let me check this Yamil. Is this work relating to what I want to do? If it's closely related, I will leave him. If it's not related at all, I will remove him straight. I will check another person. Is it related? So from this 12, I might be able to at first I might be able to bring it down to like 8. So now let me now check. Okay, which one is most related to my work? Then I will try to bring them. Those that are not related, I will delete it. Yes, I'm able to bring up 5. Now out of that 5, I have two fully professors. I have two assistant professor, and I mean two fully professor, one associate professor, and two assistant professor. So I will try to work is which one is does can I work with easily. I will try to work with those assistant professor. Then uh, probably I can choose between associate. You understand? Yeah, yeah. I believe you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So that's about that. So okay. Yeah, that's how to get this. Now, the next question is how do I get graduate coordinator? These are very important. This graduate coordinator name and email is very important for you to get full information about these schools, about this other, how will I put it? I want to say this graduate coordinator name and email is the key to getting accurate information regarding app fee, GRE requirement, TOEFL IELTS requirement, WES evaluation, the start date of the program, priority deadline, and the decision date. Okay, let me just try to briefly explain what the priority deadline means. Priority deadline is the deadline at which the school will consider you for funding opportunity. If you submit your application after the priority deadline, there's more than 90% that you will not, even if you are given admission, you will not be considered for funding. So that's that. So how do we get graduate coordinators, name and email? Sometimes their name might be not be graduate coordinator, it might be director of graduate study, it might be associate director of graduate study, I be director of I be graduate coordinator. Just you just see graduate there, and you would see that director or director. Majority of the time they use director. Sometimes they use graduate study something very close. Just make sure it's either graduate coordinator or director of graduate study or associate director of graduate study. Anyone you see there. So let me go back to this place. Now I have all this. How do I find graduate coordinator? It's very easy. It's very easy and not easy too. So you can come here. You will see. Okay, the two things we are trying to look for. We are trying to look for the first one, um, the departmental director of graduate of the departmental graduate coordinator. That's the one that we have a person's name. It's a person will be in charge of that role. I want to find out of the school or the faculty in which the name of the college or the name of the department will be in front of that role. Let me show you what I'm trying to say by that. Sorry. So this is it. If you look at this very well, this is the first one. I call it departmental graduate coordinator. If you look at it, this is W. Philip at Notre Dame edu. This is CBE. W. Philip, I don't know, probably William Philip at Notre Dame edu. That's what this email stands for. So the name of the person will be here. So this one is the school or the faculty graduate coordinator. If you check this, you will see CBU, that means Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering at Notre Dame University at northeastern.edu. You see, so ensure that you are able to get this departmental graduate coordinator because it's going to give you one of the best information because that's his job and they will reply you as soon as possible. So let's try to get this person. So I came to graduate. I don't also know what I'm doing right now, but I believe I should be able to find it. So they said they are talking about their schools, talking about the organization, PhD. You see, I don't even know. Okay, look at this. This said director of graduate study, associate professor of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering. This is the name, William Philip. This is the email. Now they said, I invite you to learn more about our program, our department, and Notre Dame at large. Feel free to contact me at this. That's the credit coordinator talking. If you have any question about the program, or write, this is the school, or this is the department, this is the this is the program graduate coordinator. This is your own department graduate coordinator. So we have the chemical and biomolecular engineering at Notre Dame Dr. Edu for any assistance. So you copy this person name and the email, and copy this and the email. Majority of time, please, if you need to write down, please just something. This you can find them at our contact me or about me or contact us. Because sometimes it might not be as easy as you're looking at it right now. This is pretty much very easy, but it might not be that easy sometimes. So sometimes if you are finding it and you are unable to find the name, just the name of the graduate coordinator, just come to this faculty, find their faculty directive and be checking their roles. For instance, look at this. This person role is okay, CBE Director of Graduate Admission. If I'm you too, I will copy this person's name and the email because I might have information that I needed and both of them are not responding. This person will be a good what's it called? Good resources. This is a director, this is not what I'm looking for. You should be able to see some of their roles there. You see, as this one is associate vice president for research. This person is diversity, director of diversity. You will be able to see some of, but this is the best way. I think I've been able to show you some of the ways in which we used to get information about these people. So that's that. What else? Okay, let me just go back to my oh no, it's Notre Dame. Okay. Okay. I'm trying. Okay, this is what I want to go back to. Sorry. So, like I said, go through the search engine and search for each school one after the other. So, once you're able to, like I did right now, I search for these schools, like the way I did for Notre Dame. You are going to, after you're done with that, you're not going to repeat that same process again for other schools. You see, I've been able to get this, I've been able to get it, I've been able to get this too, and I've been able to get this, right? So just once you are done with this full page, just leave it. Then come to the second one, University of Oregon, Oregon State University. Copy it, put the name of your department, University of Oregon, uh, Department of History. Check it. Ensure that once you click, ensure that you are the graduate program side, not the undergraduate, and you look for your informations. You do the same thing for Cincinnati, you do the same thing for all your schools. Make sure like minimum of 20. So after that, after you are done with that, let me see what I put here so that I will not be going off point. So I said go to the search engine. Okay, go through the school web, find all necessary information regarding this. The most this would most often be available at the graduate program, like I said, under the academics. Sometimes you might not be able to get to the graduate program easily. You just have to click on the academics. Let me show you this. I think this is what this was so easy for me that I just had to let me put okay. We just we just we just go back. I don't know if it's gonna work with this, but most of the time it actually will do. Okay, for instance, now if you did not come to go graduate, please again, if you don't come to call graduate, you might if let me say this is the kind of information you have or something like this. You get, so you have to go to the academy so that you can go to the graduate area and not be applying for the graduate. So this school is actually pretty straightforward. So that's why we're not having too many problems. So now let's say, okay, if you click on this, okay, yeah, I know I want to say something. So please, before you click on any email, I mean any link that was given that you're able to get from Google, ensure that you look at this HTTPS this thing. Ensure that it is the one of the school and not the third party site. Look at this. This shows that it is chemical and biomolecular engineering at Notre Dame University. So that's one. You see, engineering at Notre Dame. This one is showing that actually from now, can you imagine? I'm not going to click on this link, and I'm not going to click on this link. So ensure that it has an element of that school that you want to apply to. So click on this. So you see, is it the same? Is this the same interface we saw when we click on other ones? So in order to avoid that frustration, they actually simplify it here. They say you can go for graduate or undergraduate, but some schools you will see admission. So you have to click on admission and choose graduate admission. So that's what that is all about. Okay, okay, that's that. That's that. Now let me see what else. They say you can find the information about the research program available in your department and copy out the one that resonates with you, with your research interest. That's what they're saying, which I've explained before. You look at the name of the faculties and okay, you look at the research. This is what I'm trying to say. You look at the research that you're performing and you choose the one that resonates with you, which is this, right? So what else? I said notes. This doesn't have to be exactly your research interest. That's very important to note. It might be courses that you have basic knowledge of and know you are capable of studying further. For instance, I never had any catalysis, real no, not any catalysis, any real catalysis experience as a researcher. But when I want to apply, I apply to a lot of catalysis researches, right? I applied to a lot of catalysis researches, which means that because I know number one, I know I can do it because I have interest in it. But I just the last time I heard anything about it was during chemical engineering reaction. I mean chemical reaction engineering, yeah. That was a course. And that's when I learned about it. So I know I'm capable of doing it, which is why I apply for it. It doesn't actually mean that okay, I want to work in petrochemical industry. No, 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 no. Research, no, but you are the one they are trying to employ you. You're not trying to employ them. So you have to look at what they are doing and look at the one that is close to what you want to do or you feel like you can do. You understand? Not that you be like, this is what I want to do. Everybody must conform to me. No, it doesn't work like that. Oh, okay. Where am I? You can find more information about it. Okay, I think I've done the you can also find information about the faculties, that is lecturers or professors, in your department page on the school website. Go through their information and copy out the names and email of those research interests that connect with yours. Most especially the associate and assistant professors. I think I explained this. This is talking about this area that you copy their name and their email after you've been able to identify them, but ensure that they are mostly either assistant professor or associate professor. Either assistant professor or associate professor. Okay. Other information regarding the application requirement will probably be available on the graduate school page, on the apply web page. This is different, don't worry. I'll talk about this later. That's when you have opened your application portal. Other information that you need will be there. But I think I did this first meeting before I modified the template. I'm talking about this template that we're using now. So all this information, you will get it even before you start your application. Before you said, okay, I want to apply to this school, you will have gotten all the information necessary. You will be the decision will be very easy to make. Okay, I want to apply to this school. And then there is if they are giving me admission, there's high probability they are going to be giving me funding. You get what I'm saying? So you don't want to go and apply to schools that don't have funding, or the schools that are not funding master's students if you want to apply for masters, or the schools that are low on funding or something. You get. So for some schools, you may be unable to find answers on their webpage. You understand what I said? And need to reach out to the graduate coordinator, which is why it is necessary to keep their contact. If you check this place, the major reason I put graduate coordinator, all this template is based on experience, right? The main is because most of this information might not be correct, or like this information I put in other color might not be correct or might be have been changed and not been updated on the group on the website. the best resources, the best resource people that you can find, you can get up to date information from are the graduate coordinator, which is why their name and their email is very important. And in sequential videos, I'm going to give you templates and explain how to send a cold mail to graduate coordinator. Before we now talk about how to send, these are the people I mean graduate coordinator, how to send cold mail to them and how to ask them questions so that they can reply. And I will also tell you how to send mail to the faculties that you want to work with to get to know them and all that so that they can also apply. It's a long process, but we'll take it one after the other. So that's that. Where am I? I said for some schools, you may not be able to find answers on their website and need to reach out to the graduate coordinators, which is why it is necessary to keep their contact. The graduate coordinator may also be referred to as the departmental graduate, yeah, the departmental graduate coordinator, director of graduate study, or even one of the faculties. Do you see? It might be one of the faculties that are the graduate coordinator, like I've shown you. I said, note, the website of each school may be unique, so it is possible to not find this information in the same exact place for all schools. Perfect. I think this was well said. I think I took my time to actually talk about this, and I want to give shout out to the person that actually come up because what I did was just a little bit of editing after the meeting. But I want to give a special shout out to the admin of the group who worked on coming up with these group meetings. They did great job about that. So as I would like we used to do, like I said, search and record in the template provided at least 50 schools. That was like March. 50 schools. If you apply planning on applying for this year or next year, I think you should start working on it right now. It's better to prepare than no than being disappointed. If you are not prepared, you'll be disappointed a lot. You will just be receiving rejection because it's not that you just do you show it's not that the school is wicked, it's just that you just do not fit into that school. And there are many schools, there are more than 16,000 schools in the US and many others across the around the globe. You can apply to and you will be you'll be accepted. So you just have to ensure that you fit to the program fits to you. You are the both of you, both you and the program in the school have similarities and you are not just applying blindly. They said the assignment should be done based on the guideline provided above, talking about this, and it's due for this is just talking about us. So this is the group email in case you want to contact the admin, you want to talk to them, you have an issue. So this is the name. If probably you have a question you want to ask, just send us an email with your subject. Like you can tell us an email and in the subject just let us know where you're having problem. One of the admins are going to talk to you, or you can even this will be posted on YouTube. You can come to the comment section and give us a comment. One of the admin is going to reply to your comment. So also I said add a body. Okay, add a body to the mail. That's just talking about him. Yeah, they said additional information for better chances. Please do not only target top schools. Don't come and say, okay, I have a 4.99 CGPA during my undergraduate. So what I have to do is I must only target Harvard, Cornell, Ivy League schools. No, no, that's a very bad myth that people carry around. 90% of schools in the USA are better than the best of the schools in the country you're coming from. Yeah, let me just put it in Africa generally. One of the best university in Nigeria, if not one of the best university in Africa, is the University of Ibadan, and is almost outside the top 1,000 university in the world. So you see where I'm coming from. So don't just target only top schools. Even if you have if you have a 5.0 CGPA when you graduated, ensure you are smart about it. Like if you know, okay, I have a very big chance, I have already had a master's, I have a PhD, I have many publications, I have attended conferences, I've done this, I've done that, my profile is top notch, I've done GRE 390 something, I've done this, and you know that you're fit for graduate, you're fit for Ivy League schools. Okay, come up with five, if you want to apply to 20 schools, right? Come up with five Ivy League schools. Come up with 10 middle ranking schools. I mean, middle ranking schools in US are like high ranked, like let me say middle ranking schools, and come up with another five, six schools What I mean by safe school, I mean like schools that are like you think you are going to get admission, like they are not that competitive in terms of acceptance rates, in terms of uh requirements, yeah, in terms of ranking too. You come up with those schools. So that's that. That's how to come up with this. He said at least 30 to 40 schools that you will be providing in your assignment should be. Oh, see, I said at least 30 to 40 schools that you will be providing in your assignment should be schools that have state in their name. Like I'm telling you, reason is that when the school is it's less competitive. It's not like when I say less competitive, you are not competing with only people in your university. You're not competing with only people in your state, in from the country you're coming from. And you're not competing with only people in your country. You're not competing with the only people in your continent. You are competing with people around the globe. You have to be strategic and be wise about it. So ensure, like out of those schools, ensure that there are many schools that are like states like Colorado State, Florida State, Texas, uh, Georgia State, anyhow, University of Boston, University of Massachusetts, like that are like state-based universities that are not like 100% federal. You understand what I'm saying? So, or ensure that there are many schools that have state in their name, as this donate that these schools are probably a state public university. You see what I'm saying? State public university. This translates to a better chance as these schools are easier to get into compared to federal or private counterparts. It's not like it's easy, but it's compare, just compare. It's less competitive with you trying to enter Harvard. For the or MIT, my school is even very close to MIT. So for the faculties, lecturers, and professor, mainly target associate or assistant professor as these are the one easier to communicate with since they are still in pursuit of their professorship and will readily be accepting students. So you need to be very strategic about what you're doing. Yeah, I think that's about that regarding how to come up with a list of schools that you want to work with. I think that's that's the best way you can go about that. But I think I still might have to give you some of the I might have to give you some yeah some free extra free free resources like general list of schools. We myself and the admin of the group, we have a group that we always discuss, right? If you're also interested in joining the group, just leave your just yeah just comment on the comment section and send us an email. Yeah, you can send us an email. Yeah, you can send us an email and we just send you the Google link to join the group. So these are some of the schools around USA. Sorry, I'm in US, so majority of my research are always in US. These are some of the schools across US, across the major 50 states in the US. So you can also come here to get inspiration about schools and search them to know which one is offering your courses. So you see there are schools, this over 700 or something. Yeah, over 700 schools in the US. This is a very good resources. Kudos to all the admins and everybody that participated in putting this together. So do you see this? I'm saying this 894. These are like 894 schools. So these are very good resources. I will put this in. I will add this to this video. So let me look at some other resources I can share with you. Let me just go out a little bit. Okay. Graduate schools. Yeah. Graduate schools. Graduate. Okay. These are schools. These are another set of another schools that are. You see, this is very straightforward. We have been able to come up with different type of resources. These are some schools. It shows you this is a public school, it's a private school, it's a non-profit schools and all that. The city they are, the state they are. Uh, this when they say doctoral university, very high research. activity. These are like top schools when they have R1. These are R1 schools. You will see also some R2 schools here. There are some R1 schools, there are some R2 schools. These are a list of schools that you can use. I don't think you have any excuse not to come up with the list of schools that are that are particularly offering what you want to do. You see, that's why I always say everybody interest is unique. Yeah, so these are another resources. These are another resource you can use. So let me check another one. Okay, there's another resource you can use. Okay, let me check another one. Graduate school. Okay, graduate school funding. Okay, this is another one. This is another one. Oh, sorry about this. Oh no, I shouldn't have put those people's name here. Oh no, I have to go out. I have to go out of here. Sorry. I have to do this. Sorry. This is I am a member of a particular group that is very good, and these are some of the schools that people in the group have gotten admission into, and this is definitely it's also going to be a very good resource for you. I think this me it's going to be a very good resource. So so these are schools that you can also like look into. These are schools where Nigerians has been able to get admission. They have been admitted to the schools. So so there are many schools. Big shout out to people that actually work on it to James Madison University. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I have any other. Okay, this is another thing. This is another resources for people that are interested in uh, public health, master's MSc in psychology, in communication and journalism, in political sciences. These are schools that you can work with. Environmental health. These are schools. HND people to PhD people that has HND and I want to move to PhD. Okay, these are chemical engineering schools. Sorry, you will be seeing a lot of engineering schools here because I'm an engineer. So that's another one. There are many resources. If you need them, I can always have I checked this? Okay, let me check this. Okay, these are other schools. Oh, these are other schools by some of my students. I know they might not be happy that I'm sharing this. Yeah, but the way it's a very good resources that can be useful. They've worked their ass off to come up with this. So this GRE, AppFi, available, all other things. So which is I believe is gonna also be very useful. I think I might have to end this video for now. Um, I am so eager to start this that I didn't even introduce myself, and I believe everybody in the group already know who I am. Anyway, my name is Akemi Aziz again, PhD student at Northeastern University in the United States. My school is in Boston, working with MIT and Harvard, as in out of Boston and in the United States. So I do have a nice, nice how do I put this? You have a nice ride in trying to come up with the list of schools. Don't, my advice is don't overdo it. Okay, just focus on the tasks you have at hand. There is a list, there's a sequence of videos that will be releasing that will be addressing 90% of the questions you'll be asking. So just follow the process. I used to say this, follow the process and put in the effort. If you are ready to work the work by God's grace, inshallah, you're going to at the end of the day you're going to smile, you're not even going to smile, you're going to laugh out loud. I'm being serious. So let's work together, and I believe everybody is going to be prosperous. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. I really appreciate. Yeah, bye for now.